What's good, everybody? It's your boy Uncle Sam's Reject here, and in today's episode, we're going to discuss everything that's wrong with the NCAA transfer policy.
What?
So pretty much what made me want to make this video is when I got the notification saying that Austin Kendall will not be immediately eligible as a graduate transfer to compete with West Virginia in the 2019 season due to Oklahoma being able to block that eligibility. Now, it's pretty much an unwritten rule. All graduate transfers pretty much are, get the blessing to play and everything like that. The SEC has just passed a rule where the graduate transfer can play no matter what, no matter who says what, unless it's the NCAA themselves. A lot of people try to call these kids babies and entitled and everything like that. These coaches can bounce around with no consequence. They have guaranteed contracts. They don't lose money. They don't lose scholarships they can use on players and everything like that. But when it comes to the kid doing what's best for his future and his situation, we tell him he has to sit out a year. We tell him he has to get a waiver. We tell him that we don't know if he can play yet. Why is it that we make these kids make commitments that we don't hold adults accountable for? These kids have to make these commitments to these schools. Meanwhile, these coaches don't have to have any loyalty. A coach can literally take a new coaching position every single season with no consequence, no penalty, no uproar. But as soon as a kid does it, everybody wants to say it's his ego. He's being a baby. He's afraid to compete. Sometimes things are just not a right fit. You as adults have left jobs because it wasn't the right fit for you, right? You've left girlfriends and boyfriends because it wasn't the right fit for you, right? Sometimes you got to do what's best for you and not your ego. And that's what a lot of these kids are doing, but they're getting blocked by the NCAA and by these schools who just want to be petty. What is the reason for Oklahoma stopping Austin Kendall for playing at West Virginia? Yeah, they're a Big 12 foe, but you just got Jalen Hurts. What are you upset about? What are you butthurt about? You're going to really screw around with this kid's future just because you can? Just because he's going to a school that you didn't approve? Just because you didn't want him to leave? He's been a backup for 3 years at Oklahoma. He sat behind Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. Now it's his time to shine. He has 2 years of eligibility left. He did what he had to do in the classroom. He graduated early. Now he wants to move on and help his football career. These kids put themselves in these situations that have these options, to best set up their future, and you guys pretty much just take it away from them. Okay, then there's the people with the argument, oh, they're getting a free education, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? They worked for that opportunity to get this free education. It wasn't handed to them. They had to work their butt offs in high school, on and off the field, to get to these schools to get this free education. And yet these kids are still broke. They don't get paid for what they do. They're putting their bodies on the line. The schools and the NCAA are making billions of dollars off these kids. Merchandise, their likeness. These kids can't even start a YouTube channel to make money for themselves because the NCAA can't really regulate it. The only way these kids can play immediately is if they transfer down from a D1 program to a D2 or to a D3 or to a JUCO. But then again, the JUCO has nothing to do with the NCAA except for when it's come for time for people to transfer back to the NCAA with their transfer credits and everything like that. But, I'm not going to make this video that long-winded because I know there's a lot of people who agree with this thinking. They're like-minded like me. There's no reason for these kids to not be able to go to the school that they want to go to play this game that they're not guaranteed to play forever, that we know they're not going to play forever. Even if they play professionally, they're only going to last between 3 to 5 years. These dudes are going to have CTE, they're going to have back problems, they're going to have knee problems. But yet, you tell these kids they got to wait a year to play. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. If you agree, let me know down below. It's your boy Uncle Sam's Reject, arcadegames.com. I'm out of here. Peace.